Working, I think it is. I think it is. I have to do my quick check to make sure we're hooked up. Starting a little bit late today, but all good in the hood, man. You know what I mean? All good in the hood, people. Let me make sure this is going before I start to really get my talk going on there. Am I alive and kicking? Let's see. Oh, go to me and see me. Looks like, yeah, looks like we're live. Let's test the mic. I had to reboot my computer. Right, I think this is right. I'm not gonna play by ear here, and hopefully it turns out right. So, I had to reboot my computer. Every time I have to reboot my computer, like whatever I had screens open for a caster that I was planning on doing, slowly disappear. So I wasn't able to do a video yesterday because I went to jury duty, which was interesting. Didn't have to sit on the case. We were all in. We were all around waiting for it to happen. Ended up the individual had did a plea deal, and the trial didn't go through. So kind of sucks. The guy ended up getting 40 years for like a gun, weapons possession, or narcotics and weapons possession. Anyway, it was kind of sad. It's sad in general. Anytime anybody has to go through, end up in prison for that long, it's just something that should, for a stupid mistake or something that he did, or I just hate seeing people have to go through that, good or bad. But harsh reminder that if you're gonna play stupid games, you're gonna get stupid results. Oh, speaking of that, the judge there always goes into a. This is the second time I've had to do jury duty with the same judge, and right, well, as we're waiting and all that stuff, he talks about how important it is to go do your civic duty and go to these things. A lot of times people try to back out, make excuses for not attending, but there's a reason why we have these rights in the U.S. and those that bow out, have excuses for not attending. There's it was just sad. So after the whole thing went down and we were leaving, I wanted to let the judge know I appreciated everything that he those words that he talked about. He's talked a little bit about how society's going today, a little bit about politics and in a general sense that some of these politicians are out for themselves and not for us, and how there should be term limits and so on, which I totally agree with. But anyway, I went to thank him for his duty as a judge, and man, for whatever reason, I got super emotional, and it was tough to even offer him gratitude. I don't know if it's because of this whole cancer thing has got me more emotional and more respectful of people. I've always been respectful of people, but it seems like now it's coming deeper and deeper from the heart. Anyway, it was really hard. I kind of dusted. I get up to the bench and first I asked the police officer, whatever, if I can go talk to the judge, and I just want to thank him for doing it. And they let me up there. Everybody's leaving, but man, I just even to get a few words out, man, was difficult for me. As my tears started crying up. Some of this, some of this stems from. I had another friend of mine pass away this weekend, and just all this stuff just happened in my life. Not so much. I mean, sure, the cancer is the big deal, but you start to realize how important people's lives, other people's lives are, not just yours. I can sit here and bitch and complain about my disease, and I do share my experiences and all that, but it's just so many people in the world don't get gratification or don't. Maybe I'm looking. Don't get gratification. That I feel it's time to give it back to people that deserve it. But at least how I feel they deserve it. I don't know. It's neither here nor there, but it just got me really emotional of how much we overlook these things in life, how much we should pay respect to others. I see so much of focus on our own selves, our own lives, and that we forget that everybody has their struggles. It's always good for somebody to feel, when people recognize it, that they've done, stuff they're doing. So with that judge, again, I wish I didn't do it with all the tears and all that, but I really appreciate everything that he said and is doing. And, it's not an easy job, so. With that being said, on to the next thing. I started setting up the nonprofit that I'm working on. It's called Builds for a Cause. If you've seen me, follow me on any of my other social media stuff, you've probably seen it. I talk about it, but I'm actually, and I have been working on things, but I started to making more progress every day, which feels good. My whole purpose of that is to give back to help support, encourage others that are going through cancer, anything cancer related that may help cure this disease or help somebody along their battle. That's what it's about. Or anybody that's struggling in general, if there's a way that I can get back off of that. Or not just me, it's like I want to set it up to where others can too. So I'm kind of still wrapping my head around this whole thing. It constantly keeps evolving. So I guess it's almost kind of one concept is imagine like a Etsy, but where you have a product or something like that as it gets sold, the proceeds go to some cause. Could be anything cancer. It could be anything. It could be any cause that I think that, or any cause that's could be health related or mental related. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. An easy way to say it is just imagine an Etsy site where the proceeds go to a cancer related fund. Maybe to help somebody in need that's going through cancer. Doctor that's doing research or something. Anything related to some cause. Preferably cancer and something health related. I have to set up the bank account now. I set up the DBA, and I'm kind of going through the process. Then I'll have to submit the filings to see if I can get the nonprofit approved from the IRS, so we'll see how that goes. What else? If you haven't seen in the news, Toby Keith passed away, which from cancer. So I came up with some stuff with that to help on his form of cancer. Anyway. Today I'm eating my normal chicken and rice, and I had some pasta with it also, leftovers from yesterday. I'm trying to think of more stuff to talk about. There's always tons of stuff to talk about. Let's talk about YouTube maybe. Let's see if I can get this in here. If I can only see. Oh, boom. Okay, let's do the transition. All right, so this weekend,
I'm on private property.
this lady popped up. So of course I have pancreatic cancer, and this lady had pancreatic cancer. I'm on YouTube the other day, and it just popped up in my feed. Hers did, or her videos, her channel, and basically, just so happened the one that popped up was one that went over. I guess she was in hospice, and I don't know if some states offer this or whatever, but she was able to take some pills and pretty much off her life. And it made me think about tough decisions that I don't think I can make that decision. Well, I couldn't right now because I know that I still have a lot of fight left in me, but it just made me think about, that's a pretty strong, people say that call me a fighter and all that stuff. That takes some strength to be able to accept the end with a lot of strength. Anyway, so I started looking at the one post, and I was like, damn, this just sucks, man. She shared her whole journey. The first time seeing her, and I could look through my history and see it. But it's like she documented her whole journey. Doing kind of like what I'm doing with these lunch break talks. But just sharing her journey. But it just sucks that she gets recognition after. You know what I mean? That always sucks. Like, who couldn't? It would have been nice to share the battle with her along the way. That's what I'm about now is, sharing the battle. Not just mine, but seeing others that are going through it. Maybe I can help push them along mentally. I don't know, financially, or I don't know what, but help them along the way. But it just sucks that this stuff shows up after. And it shows up in the feeds. And it was like, I looked at, let me see. You can see the amount of views off of this. 206,000 views. Look at her other ones. They picked up, but to get that after the fact, this kind of sucks. Like, even with my videos, right? I'm doing these videos. I'm not getting squat for views, but and either way, if I pass away while I'm doing them, during them and doing them, if they hit somebody and escalate later, more power to it. But it just sucks that you don't get not so much recognition, but you don't get the views. I don't want to say that as trying to gain anything other than sharing life's experience. It's not about money. It's not about um, trying to be number one or anything like that. It's like impacting others along the way. It just sucks that a lot of this stuff happens after the fact. Look at the whole. To me, look at the whole Toby Keith thing as an example. I'm on Facebook, right, and seeing the amount of views from Facebook, just talking about his journey. It's like, man, he was. I mean, I don't get me wrong. It's sad all around, but it's just that journey that people go through when they're going through cancer. There's so many people that unheard people, unknown of people that go through this and struggle, like deeply struggle. I'm on, like I said, I'm on all these groups on Facebook too, cancer related in general, not just pancreatic. And I see occasionally you see posts where people have cancer and they're not sure. They feel, when you they feel as if nobody cares. Mostly, and a lot of it is family, friends. When you get diagnosed, you immediately go. You feel there's a death sentence. But, I mean, you're not. I don't know how to explain that, and everybody takes it differently. But I can see how some people are scared to tell other people that they're going through this. They're scared to. You want to be that strong person, and then but nobody, they're not there to. Other people are not there to fully support them through their journey, and that has a big impact on how you deal with cancer. I'm grateful that I have my parents here. Sure, we argue and all that stuff, but they're here. I have a lot of locals and that have been through cancer, and they're always checking in on me, my Facebook posts and all that. But you all do have the ones like that. I don't know. It's just like they go about their day. And I get it, but you can see some that just really struggle and have nobody to reach out to. Their family members, some of their family members don't see the mental side or even the physical, because we always, as a fighter, you try to hide that stuff or block it in. I've been trying to just share mine as far as like the good, the bad, whatever. That's why I do some streamings longer on Facebook and whatnot. I'm still trying to figure out the whole thing, but sharing the journey when I'm up at 2 a.m., when I'm doing this, when I'm doing that, the exercises I do, the stuff I'm doing with the nonprofit, my regular work job, some of that stuff, I'm trying to share it more just so people see like the amount of work that some people have to go through with this cancer or a cancer, not just mine, just others. I don't know. So I really think it's important that people in general should try not to play or try to play more active role in other people's lives. You know what I mean? Like try to be a team player in theirs. Be a team player. Listen. Learn how to listen. Don't make it all about you or what's going on. Take a step back and make it not about you. Make it about them. I had invited, and there was, I did a stream the other day, Sunday. I had a neighbor over. It's kind of like that. It's like, I know he's got friends out here. I know he's got friends, and we do early Tuesday mornings. We do a meet at the pilot's launch. I'm on the I live on an airport, and we do a pilot's launch where we talk about plane related stuff. Granted, now I can't fly, because I mean I can fly, but I can't be pilot in command or even finish my license because of that cancer. But we talk about plane related stuff and so on. He's always down there, but I was like, I just started giving him a call, see how he's doing, and then started talking about dinner, and I invited him over. I was like, hey man, this first time I've really invited somebody over to the new place, a neighbor wise, to have dinner. I mean, I've invited people over for movie night and all that stuff, but this was the first time inside the house and just hang out and talk, and it was nice, man. It was like that. I wanted to not make it about me, but like, hey, I made the burgers, all that stuff, and it was great, man. I had a great time talking to him and all that stuff, but it's like trying to do more of that activity where you're being, where I'm being a part of somebody's life. You know what I mean? Like, be there 100% in the moment. You know, not on the phone, not yeah, just focused on them and not being about me. Let's hear his stories. Let's hear his journey, his struggles, you know, because he's going through medical issues too. An older guy, about my dad's age. I was in Vietnam too, and I wasn't in Vietnam. My dad was, but just getting out there and supporting others. You know, my one, I mentioned earlier, I had another friend of mine pass away, which had a big impact on my life. Kind of helped me become who I am today. He was there when my daughters were born. Was there when I got married. And there when I started my first business. Ended up bringing him into my business. Well, I ended up starting a couple businesses. Brought him into one of them. It ended up failing. We ended up having a fallout. And a lot of that stemmed around alcohol and drugs. And it wasn't, he ended up going down a dark path that I didn't want to go. And it was screwing up things. And when then that happened, you know, I tried to help him out. And then I realized at one point there was nothing more that I could help him with. The only way to help him was to step away, because it was just dragging me down too. And a lot of that stemmed around money. But it's like money only goes so far. And money doesn't solve all problems. And that's where it was going. I was helping him out money-wise, and you keep feeding them, and it just continues. Anyway, he passed away this weekend. I stopped talking to him, actually, 20 years ago. Pretty close to 20 years ago. But he still had a big impact on my life. My wife was his daughter's grandmother, what do you call it? Not grandmother, but godmother. So my kids are friends with his daughter. They were, you know, I was the first friend that they are, and but he went through a lot of rough times, and maybe a year ago, roughly a year ago. He was struggling, and they did a GoFundMe page to help him out. And I donated to him, but I should have reached out more, trying to talk to him then, and I didn't. This goes back into don't put off things that you can do today. I tried to reach out to him. I mean, I forgave him long ago, but we never talked since. Or I took that back. I tried to communicate with him a couple times in between that 20 years. But it seemed like the alcohol was still a factor. It was either like we were super drunk. He'd call me sometimes. Or he called me a few times when he was super drunk. Going, I love you, man. You know, that whole little. And of course, I was there, but in my head, I'm going, man, it's just the same thing all over again. Or even I got drunk and did the same thing. I don't drink alcohol anymore, so that part of my life is gone. But I probably should have reached out more. But it is what it is. He was. This is how much of an impact he had on my life. When I got out of the military, it was hard transition, right? Going from having a paycheck and not having to worry about food all the time to actually getting a job and going down that route. And he had helped me with a place to live, helped me with food, helped me get my first job, all that. So there's a lot of good memories there too. So you have to pay homage to those things. Like, it's sad he's gone. Sad I didn't do more, but dude, he'll always have a place in my heart. Always had, always will. Wish we could have did more, but just like my other buddy that passed away, it's like you gotta do what you gotta do in the life. Try to be part of people's life. Don't make life all about you. Everybody has their struggles. If you can influence somebody, great. Do that in a positive way. And if you can take influence from others, don't be one-minded in one direction and not keep an open mind about things. Not be willing to learn new things and so on. Be grateful for the moments that you do have, good or bad, whatever. Yeah. Man. On the cancer side of things, with my cancer, maybe an update with that. I feel really great, actually. I've been doing my yoga, or not yoga, but meditation, a lot more meditation, the stretches and so on. I still have like dull pains here and there, but I'm learning every day new things about my journey. So, yeah. So I don't know, just get out there and be the greatest person that you can. Forgive yourself for whatever struggles or the hardness you may have had or whatever. I don't know. Love life, love people. Remember that. Be the best person that you can, as you can. I mean, look at that one lady, man. Oh my gosh. I'll have to. For me, I gotta go through it. She always just look at her. I just see the smiles. Even though she was struggling, she always had a smile. Well, I'm sure she didn't always have a smile, but share those journeys, man. I think that's what we should do. And you know, we get caught up in don't want other people to be a part of our lives, but I'm all open to everybody, man. Let share your journeys in life, your struggles, your all that, because you know AI is watching us. They're listening to our every move. And if you do good things, maybe it can learn good things. Maybe it can learn how to be a better tool to people. You know. Let's see. Let's just do a random one. Find. Find cancer. Yeah, I got a burp. Why did it go straight to? I'm starting more and more. I play with this stuff, the more and more I like it. Maybe if you're seeing this and you're seeing about cancer related, maybe go out if you don't have somebody dealing with it or never been through it, or have somebody dealing with it. If you have it yourself, if you don't have cancer, it affects a lot of people. Maybe reach out to one of these organizations and check it out. Maybe find somebody to be a support person for a support person. Doesn't even matter how much, doesn't mean giving money or any of that stuff. It's like maybe reach out to someone that needs a hearing, someone to talk to. You can learn a lot even through that. I know I have. Just open your mind and be a good person. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. Just thought I'd do a quick video, kind of an update on what things, and trying to be consistent with these videos. With that being said, peace out, everybody. Love y'all. Like, subscribe, all that if you can. Share if you can. Share my journey with other people, because it's not gonna get too much of anywhere. Just me doing it myself. So yeah. And give me feedback on my videos, man. If you like them, hate them, whatever. Tell me the things I'm doing wrong. Tell me the things you'd like to see. I'd really appreciate it. Do it in the comments, or because I'm still trying to learn this thing out, So stay till the end.